Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by once again. This is Kate on Life Class TV, Life Class with Kate Okoli. If you've not subscribed to my channel just yet, please do me the favor, help to subscribe. We're trying to build this channel as much as possible, trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So obviously before the end of this month of April, I'll be most grateful if you can like and comment and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Life Class with Kate Okoli. Share with your friends and your family members. There's a lot we'll be sharing on this particular uh, platform. I've come with a whole lot of a wealth of experience. Haven't practiced as a lawyer for more than a period of 28 years. So I'm going to be sharing a whole lot on this platform. Life lessons. That's why it's called a life class. Like a lot of life lessons that you can take home with you to better your life in almost all aspects, especially in the areas of a relationships. So it is today we're going to be talking about silence, how destructive silence can be. So it is Martin Luther that actually said that there comes a time when silence um, become is now interpreted as betrayal. There comes a time when silence is interpreted as a betrayal. Silence when um, a close friend um, decides to be silent in the midst of um, in the midst of challenges, when they see a friend who is supposed to be a close friend of theirs derailing in life, doing the wrong thing, taking the wrong footsteps, making wrong choices, and they step back and they are watching because they want that friend to fail, because they were not friends in the first place. They were just um, fair weather friends. Um, um, they so that's the reason why they can sit back and watch that friend making wrong choices, making wrong decisions, taking wrong steps, doing the wrong thing, openly or in secret, and they are rejoicing. They are just waiting to see that friend fail, rather than um, intercepting or putting themselves out there to make sure that they are able to have a one-on-one with that friend to talk to him or her in order to get them out of that darkness that they are in. They just leave them. They would rather go behind and talk about that friend in a cynical way, in a derogatory way, laughing, making jest of that friend, and telling others who perhaps may not even have known what is going on in the life of that other friend, saying, "Have you heard? Have you seen them? Have you seen her? Have you seen him? He thought when he was doing X, Y, Z, he was going to get away with it. How are the mighty fallen?" So sometimes there comes a time in life when the silence of friends, the silence of family members, the silence of neighbors, the silence of close pals, it now becomes a form of betrayal, a serious betrayal. A friend who sees another friend going through challenges, who sees another friend making wrong choices, who sees another friend imbibing wrong habits, destructive habits that will perhaps not lead them anywhere, that will perhaps um, bring a limitation to their success in life, and rather than step in to help the friend, step in to have a word with the friend, they just stand aside and they are watching, waiting to see that friend fail. They were never friends in the first place. They were never friends. They were never well wishers. They are all fair weather friends. A friend in need is a liability. A person who sees a friend in need as a liability was never a friend in the first place. A word A word, a seed sown into the life of a man or a woman who is derailing can help to reshaping their life. But only true friends, only good friends who truly love the success of another can step in such difficult times to say to their friend, stop. I don't care whose us is God. I don't care whether you speak to me tomorrow. I don't care if tomorrow I call you and you don't pick up your phone. But you know what? Right now, this thing you are doing, you are destroying yourself. This thing you are doing is leading you is leading you nowhere. Now the choices you've made, they are wrong choices. Retrace your footsteps. Retrace your wrong direction. Pick, make a better choice. You are better off than this. You are better off than this. You are setting a bad example. A friend in need is a liability. Only a true friend will run to the help of another friend in their time of crisis. Only a true friend can boldly face a defaulting friend or a derailing friend to say, you know what, this angle you are taking is the wrong angle. This path you have chosen is the wrong path. This choice that you are making is the wrong choice. Rethink, 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 and make an amendment, make an adjustment. A friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend in need is a friend indeed. How many friends are there that will stand by their close friends, by their close pals in their time of need? And this is why a lot of times people suffer in silence. And this is why also a lot of times some beautiful marriages they break because there are no true friends, there are no true genuine family members who can actually help couples to talk sense into them, to be impartial, to be able to look straight into the face of their family members or their friends to say, you have not done well this time. You have not done well this time. Retrace your footsteps. Don't hit your wife. Don't abuse your wife. Don't abandon your family. Make prioritize your family. Don't go about womanizing. Don't spend your family resources on women you don't have any history with. How many true friends are able to look straight into their friend's face to tell them the truth about the things, the wrong choices that they make? But you realize that a lot of times, these friends, especially when it comes to men, a lot of times, these friends are not able to look their friends straight in the face to tell them off because most of the times they are, I beg your pardon, most of the times they too are guilty of that same thing. So they don't have the moral justification to be able to stand to speak to their friend when they derail. So the question now remains, for how long are we going to only have friends who are fair weather friends, friends who are only around us only when we are at our top best, only when we are excelling, only when we are successful, only when we don't have any crisis in our life? For how long are we going to hang around fake friends? For how long are we going to hang around fair weather friends? For how long are we going to hang around friends and family members who care less about what happens to us, who care less about the wrong choices that we make, who care less about what is going on truly in our life, who care less whether we fail or we succeed in life? Friends and family members who are actually rivals, who are into silent competition with us, and who are actually praying that we fail, who will do anything actually to set us up to fail so that they can uh, satisfy themselves to think that, yes, they have succeeded better than us. For how long are we going to hang around friends who are truly not friends, friends who are actually enemies, friends in disguise, who go about saying that they are friends when on the inside of them, they know that at any little given mistake that we make, they will betray us. They will turn their back on us. They are not there when we need their advice. They are not there when we need their support. They are not there to provide us with a shoulder to cry on, even in our times of difficulties. Like Martin Luther would say, there comes a time in our life when the silence of friends, when the silence of family members will be interpreted as betrayal. It is hard, it is difficult, it is like taking a sharp knife and stabbing you behind your back. And so, if you are a couple today and you are going through difficulties and you feel abandoned by your friends, friends who used to come around your home where you serve them food, you eat with them, you drink with them. But in your time of crisis, you see that they turn their back on you. You see that there is nobody to talk to. I will advise you your best possible move will be seek the advice of a counselor. Seek the advice of a counselor. Seek the advice of a counselor. Contact a counselor today. Speak to somebody about the challenges you are going through in your marriage. Speak to somebody about the challenges you and your husband you are going through in your marriage. Don't allow that marriage to break. As far as that marriage is that is not the problems you are having has nothing to do with physical violence. Give that marriage a try. Seek professional help. If you've been abandoned by friends, if your friends they've turned their back on you because they've seen that you're having a crisis on the home front, never mind. Look up to God. He is the author and the finisher of your faith. And then seek professional help, seek professional counselors that can sit you and your husband down, sit you and your wife down, and then speak to you about be transparent also, be willing to learn, be willing to change, be accessible. You know, be and also be intentional in seeking help in order to restore back the joy and the happiness in your marriage. And I want to also tell you in rounding up that if you've been married to that man, you've been married to that woman for more than a period of 10 years, and then suddenly a pastor comes or some person comes and says to you, your husband wants to kill you or your wife wants to kill you. Look, think about it, deliberate on that information. Don't act on that information. There are some people who give such wrong information because they are actually jealous of the relationship you share with your husband. They're actually jealous of the relationship you share with your wife. There are some people who are out there, they are anti-marriages. They are anti-successful relationship. They are there to kill, to steal, and to destroy. They are there to destroy marriages. They are there to rip husbands and wives apart. Do not listen to to their evil counsel. Do not listen. They are trying to brainwash you. A husband that was there for you for so long, you started from the scratch. A wife that was there for you for so long, when you had nothing, you started from the scratch. How can that wife, now that it's time for her to eat of the fruit of her labor, now turn around to now want to delete you? It is a lie from the pit of hell. Do not listen to those marriage breakers, to those people who use manipulative words to incite you against your spouse. Think, think before you believe them. Think before you begin to suspect your spouse. And also, are you that kind of friend who keeps silence, who turns your back on your friends who have a crisis in their marriage, or a crisis, perhaps they have lost their job, or a crisis in other aspects of their life, or maybe they have fallen sick and they don't even have one single person to visit them in hospital? What kind of a friend are you? Are you a friend in need or a friend indeed? Ask yourself that question. I hope you've been blessed by this video. Be a true friend. Be a friend. Be that friend that the Bible described, a friend that is closer than a brother. Support people in their time of crisis. Help people in their time of crisis. A single word sown into the life of that friend can actually help them not to commit suicide. You never know the life that you'll be saving, the children that you'll be saving, the husband that you'll be saving, the wife that you'll be saving, if you take time out to intervene in times of crisis, especially if a friend has called upon you seeking your help, seeking your advice, seeking your intervention. Do not betray that friendship. Do not betray that trust that that man, that woman has placed on you in trying to invite you to intervene in their relationship. A day will come, it will also be your turn. Remember, what goes around comes around. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this video. If you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share, and also comment. We want to make this platform as interactive as possible. And then, obviously, I want to know your opinion. Has there been a time you had a crisis and you called on friends and they betrayed you and they did not pick up your calls, or they made you look as if you are a thorn in the flesh? Share your experience on the comment section. Let's rub minds on these topical, disturbing topical issues that actually shows a lack of compassion and a lack of selflessness. That actually it's a major concern all over the world amongst friendships and even amongst close family members. How do we help to minimize this level of selfishness? How do we help people in their times of crisis? By giving up our time, by giving up our giving our listening ear, giving them the opportunity to speak their mind, to offload everything that is weighing them down, that is causing problems in their life. How available are we? How available are we as friends and as family members? How helpful are we as friends and as family members when we are called to intervene during the periods that either our friends or our family members are experiencing challenges and crisis in their relationships and in other aspects of their life? I want you to think about these things I've mentioned today. Be that friend that is closer than a brother. Because if you are not, then, like Martin Luther has rightly said, there comes a time in our lives when the silence of a friend can actually be interpreted to be betrayal. God bless you. I'll be on your way soon. See you on my next video. Bye.